Hello, BookTube. Yet more mail came, but I'm worried that I'm overloading you with Steve Donahue videos. There's been quite a few today. I've had a lot to say. So maybe I'll wait. I mean, I got these and I did a bunch of work, and maybe I can upload this tomorrow so that I don't just drive you all insane. but I thought I would at least film it now. So I've got a different jumper. I've got a different trainer. I've got a different sweatshirt on because I went out and did a quick 15K. You know, you got to keep in shape. This first one is thin. It could be a slim volume of poetry. Tea kettle screams about my mother, my mother, my mother, my mother, my mother. Thank you. Let's see what we have here. Oh, okay. This is by Paul Dry Books, and it's it comes out in June. No, on the 1st of May. It's by Paul Rodzianko, and it's Tattered Banners: A Life in Imperial Russia. This compelling and haunting memoir of a Russian aristocrat begins at the turn of the last century when the author, as a young man, served as a page in the court of Tsar Nicholas II. He then fought as a cavalryman during the First World War and the Russian Civil War, investigated the murder of the Romanovs for the British Army. They were murdered? And eventually fled, nearly penniless, to England. Oh, boy. Okay, so Tattered Banners is the name of this thing. And it's just a memoir from, wow. So it was copyrighted in 1939. What a fascinating reprint. And I bet you can tell me what's wrong with this cover, yes? Say it with me now. Faded sepia tone. But the book itself sounds fascinating, so that's a great start. Let's move on here. We've only got 4, no boxes of any kind, so it should be very easy to do. Okay. All right. This is already a hit on certain extremely queenish corners of BookTube. And now it gets a chance to be a hit on this side of the Atlantic as well. This is by Craig Brown. This is 99 Glimpses of Princess Margaret, which was published in the UK under a different title. The 99 Glimpses of Princess Margaret was just the subtitle in the UK. But I've already read this, and it's a heck of a book. It's so enjoyable and unexpectedly moving. And it is so largely because of its the subject is tragic anyway. But the approach, the unconventional approach, the prismatic glimpses, vignettes, and scenes approach, of course, gave me the willies at first. I'm fond of 1,000-page official authorized royal biographies that don't have anything experimental about them at all. But it won me over in no time at all. What a book. Okay, so this comes out in America in August. Great. All right, we're 2 for 2. Let's see here. Let's see if we can keep this up. Of course, an actual slim volume of poetry would ruin everything, but we'll hope for the best. Oh, no, this one's fighting me. No, it's just tearing apart in tiny little increments. But we have scissors for exactly this sort of thing. Just cut it to pieces, that's all. Always reassuring in a way to know that padded postal envelopes are so indestructible, since I trust them to get packages all over the world. Let's see what this is. Yeah, just confetti from trying to tear it. Oh, great. Okay, this is August as well. Wonderful. I really wanted a copy of this. This is Julia Boyd. This is Travelers in the Third Reich. The Rise of Fascism, 1919 to 1945. Oh my. Great. But kind of a dreamlike cover, because you've got a dirigible and you've also got a sailing vessel crossing parallel lines. That's kind of fascinating. Here, you can feast your eyes on that. Without the benefit of hindsight, how do you interpret what's right in front of your eyes? You do it by reading history. But that was probably a rhetorical question. The events that took place in Germany between 1919 and 1945 were dramatic and terrible. But there were also moments of confusion, of doubt, even of hope. How easy was it to know what was actually going on, to grasp the essence of National Socialism, and to remain untouched by the propaganda or to predict the Holocaust? I'm assuming with greater difficulty as we go on that all of these questions are rhetorical. They shouldn't be. They're all easily answerable. But that's all right. They have as their implication, the strong implication here, that you can't know any of those things. That you couldn't have seen it coming. There were ample warning signs. Ample. Maybe that's easy for me to say, though. Let's see here. A fascinating and shocking history of the rise of the Nazis. Julia Boyd's Travelers in the Third Reich draws together a multitude of expatriate voices into a powerful narrative charting this extraordinary phenomenon. The experiences of politicians, musicians, diplomats, schoolchildren, communists, scholars, athletes, poets, fascists, artists, tourists, and even celebrities like Charles Lindbergh and Samuel Beckett come together in Boyd's narrative to create a remarkable three-dimensional picture of Germany under Hitler. That sounds more ambitious than I thought. When I first glanced at it, I thought it was literally about travel in the Third Reich, about the travel industry in the Third Reich, which is a fascinating subject. I've only read one book on it, but it looks like this is much broader than that. These are the accidental eyewitnesses to history, disturbing, absurd, moving, and ranging from the deeply trivial to the deeply tragic. Their tales give a fresh insight into the complexities of the Third Reich. Okay, all right, well, great. All right, so we're doing just fine. We only have one more package, so the whole weight is on this thing, whether it keeps the ball in the air or ruins everything. All right, let's see what we have. Okay. All right, the ball is kept firmly in the air. Oh, how wonderful. Okay, this comes out any day. It's probably out already in bookstores. It's getting to me late in finished copy. This is Last Stories, the last collection by William Trevor. Wow. In Last Stories, the master storyteller delivers 10 exquisitely rendered stories that illuminate the human condition, stories that will surely linger with the reader long after closing the book. Wow, okay. All right, so this is... I guess the date on this is early May. It was right around the corner. All right, so that's a little sad, but still, you know that you'll be pleased in a collection of 10 William Trevor stories. Once upon a time, it would have been my opinion that you would be sure that 2 of them would be really, really good. But I think Trevor got better as he got older. So it's possible that this will have no duds, which will be both really satisfying and extra sad. so anyway, we got through it all. That was a fairly good mail haul for its size. So we have the last William Trevor collection, then Travelers in the Third Reich, which is not about travelers in the Third Reich. It's about the whole rise of Nazi Germany. Fascinating, wonderful. Then 99 Glimpses of Princess Margaret, and then Tattered Banners, an Imperial Russia memoir from 100 years ago almost. That's fantastic. So that's right up my alley. Because even the made-up stories were, even the fiction in this haul is by a son of the old sod. So great. All right, so I'm going to wrap that up, and then maybe I won't inflict this on you today. I mean, really. One way or another. I'll see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.